Hello, thanks for joining. Going to be mindful of using filler words in today's video, words like and We've had some complaints from the peanut gallery about it. So I'll do my best. It's a part of my cadence, I think. It's going to be difficult to eradicate it. We're going to look at a game between myself and old Grey Wolf 88877. We're both in the 1100s, him a bit more squarely. Thank you for the game, Grey Wolf. Doubt you're watching this, but if you are, kudos. We both made some tactical blunders, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to go over our game and see what we can learn from it. So let's just jump right in. And we've got the King's Pawn opening, and this is the only time I've played this game, according to chess.com. And yeah, this was one move that I think this is a pretty easy retry. I've already been through, and I think for the most part found the right moves, but go ahead and take a second, pause if you like, and this isn't, there's not a ton to learn from this one, but black does have a better move than bishop to d6. And it's bishop c5. Just adding pressure, getting away from the pawn, but adding pressure to the knight instead of this square, d6. Maybe you're eyeing a diagonal, trying to be a bit aggressive, but yeah, not quite as active. So just a little thing to note there. I don't think that was a terrible bit of difference in the game. This is where things start to get dicey for both of us. We both miss some pretty important tactics. So go ahead and take a moment and think on. So yeah, the computer didn't like my bishop to c4. I think it preferred d3, but I can't remember, and it's not showing me the best move. We can hop into analysis as well. Knight to b5. Oh, right. So it already wants us to play that. Yeah, so I knew that move was coming. So that is the tactic that we missed. Knight to b5, attacking the bishop. The bishop cannot retreat to e7 because then c7 is unguarded, which allows for a pretty damaging fork. So black has to play either bishop to e5 or bishop to f4, and the engine recommends f4, offering a bishop trade. So regardless, I missed this move, so doesn't black. Oops. That's not what we want. Oh, we're still in analysis, I see. Okay, here we go. Right, so again, better would have been bishop to f4, putting pressure on my bishop, offering up the trades, and better for me than moving knight to f3, which is a relatively passive square, would have been the much stronger knight to b5. Again, threatening a check on the c7 square. Just a missed tactic, basically a blunder, and that's something that I'm becoming more aware of the more I play, and especially as I go through game analysis, which I think is probably the most direct tool to improving at these lower ratings. Is just, trying to carefully, patiently go through your games and figure out why the computer thinks you messed up here and there. But what I'm realizing is, a blunder in very real ways isn't just, oh, I didn't see that my knight didn't have protection and it got captured, um, or something like this. It's more, well, it's not more, it also involves missed opportunities. So the opportunity cost, the blunder of not being aggressive when called for. And there's another good example in just a second. Yeah, I think this move, I think the computer just prefers knight to h6, but let's see. Yeah, knight to h6. Here, if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, so right around here, the computer starts to prefer. I was thinking, oh, this is a great place for my bishop. It's a natural time to trade, and I would like to put a damper on this diagonals parade. What I should have been thinking was a bit more defensively. I should have been thinking f4. I think what made me nervous about that was this queen bishop combo, but there's really this is an instance where, to me, I considered this move and I thought it looked too aggressive, and there's no taking that pawn move back, and I just thought, geez, Black's bishop is way too strong. His knight could come into the game, and suddenly my king side looks like it's in trouble. But that's not the case. That would have been a great kicking move. It doesn't really leave Black's dark squared bishop with too many attractive choices. Can't take it forwards. If you take it back to d6, I can always threaten e5. Move a rook over first. But in any case, so another missed opportunity on my part to better defend my position. And so you see over here, the coach is telling us this leads to losing material for Black. On my first playthrough, post game, going through the review on my own, I did not see this line. I go ahead and play h3. Computer doesn't like that. This is a big missed tactic. It's not a terribly easy to find move, but I encourage you to pause the video and figure out a series of forced moves for white to make that lead to winning material. And that move is bishop f7 check. So the computer finds this to be the best move. The reason being, the king is forced to capture. Queen moves to d5 check. King moves out of the way to g6. Queen captures bishop. So white is up a pawn, but also, this is a pretty dangerous situation for Black to be in. Queen is definitely not on friendly turf. His bishop and knight he still has a bishop and knight undeveloped. Things are not going well for Black in this position. But I didn't see this. So instead, we have the much more passive h3 followed by d6. The computer urging Gray Wolf to develop his knight. It doesn't like my check here. Oh, right, it still wants me to play f4, kicking away the bishop. Yep, and it gives Black the great move mark here, kicking away my queen. I fall back, and from here, things just kind of go off the rails. We're now entering the end game. So, oh yeah, it strongly preferred Black to develop the knight still. Just developing, trading off pieces. Now, I did here, I was starting to think, we're about even on time. We're not even 20 moves in, just about to be 20 moves in. And my king is trapped on the H file by his queen on the G file. And I'm just thinking this is not great. This rook is going to get active. This knight is going to get active. And I don't have, or at least I thought, I did not have a whole lot of attacking chances here as of this move. The knight does come out. I'm trying to kick the queen away. Trying to get some kind of attack going here. And I had ideas of knight to c7, check. I had ideas of not not much else. Maybe knight to d6, check. Castles away. I'm still feeling pretty dicey here. So let's go back through that. Black picks up my bishop and a knight for a rook, so that trade favors black. And at this point, I'm down to queen, bishop, rook. These two are in a defensive posture. My pawns are not looking great. I'm, still feeling pretty nervous with 4 minutes on the clock. Just not the tightest endgame play here for either of us. But this is, I guess, with taking out this rook, this is when I started to feel like, okay, I might actually pull through this game. Center starts to clear out, and yeah, rook to d1. This is the moment where I'm like, okay, I think we're entering the endgame territory here. But I was also having difficulty sealing the deal. And what we're about to see is kind of black's way of correctly showing me that, were time not an issue, the outcome would not have been a foregone conclusion because of queen f2 check. So, look, my queen is blocked. Neither of my rooks can help in this position. Maybe a little bit, but black starts to show that he can keep me in perpetual check. He missed picking up the rook there. But yeah, he's also got 5 seconds on the clock, and I'm just trying to avoid a stalemate, but yeah, also the engine ends us on an exact dead even. So, hats off, Grey Wolf. I really did just win that on time alone. You played a great endgame, great for our skill level. I think we both could learn a little bit from this. I think we both missed some important attacking chances, tactics, and in my case in particular, I missed an important defensive strategy with wherever this was. Oh yeah, it was before all this. It took me forever to play this f4 move. Yeah, I mean this was the #1 recommendation for for many moves, and black could have developed a bit more efficiently. And yeah, not a terrible game. We both had some ideas here. We both had, gosh, there was a lot of and wasn't there in this video. We both had a winning chance, and we both missed a fair bit of good chess. So we live and we learn. That's what we're doing here. Is we're just trying to get better at chess. And be a safe place for doing that. So until next time, that's it. All right, bye.